Squad, we are back, and this particular story will not die down. It will not go away, so I'm back here for more coverage. This is actually my third video on this topic. If you're unfamiliar with what's going on, I'll link my last two videos, but I'll get you caught up to speed real quick. About a month to 5 weeks ago, Dianna Russini, former ESPN and formerly of The Athletic now, a few old clips of hers went viral, and they pretty much were just clips of her bashing her husband. If you're unfamiliar with it, I'll show you a small example.
I'm married to someone average. I don't post a lot about them. If I was married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too.
You know who lets me know my marriage is falling apart? My mom.
No, I did things in Miami I haven't even told my husband because it's just I had that much fun. It was well, not like that, but like I knew he would he would judge the kind of partying I was doing. I don't know what got into me. I just remember being down there acting like it was my last day on earth.
For 12 days, I'm not going to sleep, I'm not going to eat, my family's going to hate me, my husband's going to threaten divorce, but we've signed up for this, and we're getting divorced at the end of the year. We've never been more disconnected in our lives. Our text messages look like two robots.
Love you. Any of that? Love you. Love you too.
No, not even an emoji.
And so the night before my wedding, I remember Jimmy was great. He made like a funny joke like, hey, it's the night before your wedding. You sure you want to do this? And I'm thinking like, of all the people in my life that I'm going to talk to the night before my wedding, the one guy my dad wanted me to, or my mom wanted me to marry was Jimmy Garoppolo.
And after that clip came out, people were saying, okay, well, you know, Dianna Russini is just one of those people who doesn't respect her husband. We've seen that trait in a lot of modern women. It's not really anything special. But right after those clips went viral, then some pictures came out. They were posted on the article for Page 6 showing Mike Vrabel and Dianna Russini, who are both married to their prospective husbands and wife, were caught together in Arizona earlier this year at a resort. Both parties denied allegations. Mike Vrabel denied the allegations, and Dianna Russini came out and said that they were part of a group of people. It wasn't just them two there. People were just being salacious and uninformed. All right, cool. Again, that was about 5-6 weeks ago. We kind of laughed it off. No big deal. Then the story died down for a couple weeks. But then more pictures resurfaced. You have a few pictures here of Mike Vrabel and Dianna Russini making out, getting real touchy-feely in a bar in New York City. And those pictures are old. Those pictures went back to the year 2020. So after those pictures came out, Dianna Russini, still claiming her ignorance, would quit her job at The Athletic. She would quit her job, and a lot of old tweets would resurface, this being one of them right here. This is just one tweet, but Dianna Russini had a lot of old, wild tweets. And here's one of them. This is dated August 11th, 2021. Keep looking at my almost 4-day-old son, Michael, while trying to figure out who are the best Michaels to ever play and coach in the NFL. So people started to speculate and think, why would she make this tweet? And why would you name your son Michael, considering your husband's name is Kevin Goldschmidt? So naturally, people put two and two together and they start thinking, well, hell, is Mike Vrabel your child's father? And that's pretty much where we left off last time. And also understanding the fact that he had photos of these two going back to 2020, which means they've had at least a 6-year relationship, if not longer. We're way past speculation, which leads us to today, or a couple days ago. TMZ reports Mike Vrabel and Dianna Russini, the Love Boat. New videos of secret lake outing is discovered. TMZ obtained the clips showing the pair together on the dock of a private rental company back in 2021 as the NFL coach and reporter prepared to head out onto a lake in Putnam County, Tennessee. So this goes back to 2021, 5 years ago, when Vrabel was the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. I'll blow the picture up. You guys probably can't see it that well because of TMZ's watermark, but Dianna Russini is very much pregnant in this picture. Pregnant with, assuming, her husband's child. Check it out. Russini walks ahead as the then Titans coach trails a few feet behind her. At one point, she turns around to talk to him, and it's very easy to see she was about 6 to 7 months pregnant at the time. She's very pregnant in that picture. TMZ broke the story. Vrabel and Russini rented the vessel privately and were the only two on board for the 2 to 3 hour excursion. And here's a picture of Mike Vrabel the day that they rented the boat. Here's him taking pictures with fans. And also they rented the vessel because they have documentation right here. These are pictures of the signature of those two, Vrabel and Dianna Russini, on this boat. And I guess it was only 2 or 3 hours, so speculation is that she's already 6 to 7 months pregnant, or however, 4 months pregnant, whatever. But she's extremely pregnant, and Mike Vrabel is out taking another man's pregnant wife on a boat. Obviously taking her to Pound Town, I guess, for a little bit. But it makes me think, dude, you are a NFL head coach. What are you doing out here?
How do you sleep with a woman who's got another man's child in her?
You got that dog in him.
What the fuck? And this right here is why Diana, I know the Daily Mail said she's talked to Good Morning America. She's talked to 60 Minutes. She wants to get her story out there. This is why Dianna Russini can't talk about this.
Absolutely.
She cannot talk about this.
Absolutely. I haven't read those same publications saying that she reached out to these other shows to go give her side of the story. I haven't seen that. But no, she's done. At this point, she's done. She could have got away with it very on in the first month when her employer, The Athletic, was still backing her up and they believed her and everyone was like, okay, well, these pictures technically don't mean anything. But once they got wind of those second pictures out in New York City, these pictures of them cuddling up at the bar, and now more pictures have come out of her, Vrabel, in Tennessee, 5 years ago when she's still pregnant with her husband's child. You done. Dianna Russini is done, and I would imagine done in this entire sports commentating realm because nobody would respect her, and people would just make the assumption that any type of opportunity you've gotten, whether it's a job or coverage on a particular team, is because you sucked and fucked your way to get to that position. And I'm not saying it's fair, I'm just saying it's reality. And I'm also willing to acknowledge that it's a shame that Mike Vrabel isn't getting that same treatment, but you know what? Life ain't fair. And there have been other coaches who have been fired for doing this exact same thing.
Because at this point, you're on the boat 7 months pregnant with Mike Vrabel. They've got a video of it. They've got pictures of it. Your son's named Michael. Leslie Stahl is going to ask you those questions. Leslie Stahl has grilled presidents, multiple presidents. You think she's worried about Dianna Russini?
Great point.
At this point, the story is so public and the details are so suspicious. I don't know the right way to say this. That if you do an interview with 60 Minutes or you do an interview with Good Morning America or you do an interview with anybody that you haven't fed the questions to ahead of time, they're going to ask you, is that Mike Vrabel's son? They're going to ask you, did you name him Michael after Mike Vrabel? They're going to ask, did you have sex with Mike Vrabel while you had Kevin Goldschmidt's child in your belly? So there's no way she can do a sit-down interview.
Kevin Goldschmidt is her husband. He's an executive over at Shake Shack. He's like an HR executive. Just a reminder, Russini is married, as well as Vrabel. And as I stated earlier, I don't think that Mike Vrabel should be left off the hook about this as well. There's been coaches. We had Mel Tucker, Ron Moore. Those two were in college. Had Ime Udoka out in the Boston Celtics. I know there's the various situations. Ime Udoka wasn't even married, messing with someone else on his staff, and that's the reason that they fired him, blase spleen. But whatever. He's got the complexion for the protection, so he's more than likely going to walk away unscathed. But I'm not going to lie, this story has been going on for over a month now. This story continues, and it just refuses to go away because more and more information is piling out. It will get to the point where it becomes a distraction, and the Patriots will have to take some type of action. I'm not saying we're there yet. I'm just saying if the story keeps going on.
The problem for Kraft is that it's not going away. And there's nothing he can do to make it go away. In fact, it's not even dying down, and it's already been a month. Exactly a month, in fact, since Vrabel issued one of the most ill-fated denials of all time. Quote, "These photos show a completely innocent interaction, and any suggestion otherwise is laughable. This doesn't deserve any further response." End of quote.
And that quote was from the initial findings of the Arizona photos over a month ago. That's after the first hit. It was, this is ridiculous. We're going to move on. And obviously, much more has been discovered about their relationship since then.
Not only did the public disagree that the photos didn't deserve any further response, they are refusing to move on from this entire topic. Forget not deserving any further response. The public's like, this deserves our full attention indefinitely. It's like a 2026 gold rush, and everybody's out here mining for their nugget, trying to strike it rich. And as long as more and more gold is discovered, gold like them renting a boat while she was pregnant, and footage of it is revealed, it just makes you wonder when it no longer becomes viable for this guy to lead that football team.
And there have also been a few reporters putting their cape on. Max Kellerman just came out recently. I know they also had Jamel Hill and many, many others trying to put a cape on for Russini and acting ignorant as if they don't understand why this story keeps going and why people are talking about this, because it's salacious. And that's how it always been. Sex sells, drama. You guys are paid journalists. Why are you acting ignorant as if you don't understand why this is going on? No, you're just trying to protect someone that's your friend. At the end of the day, you can't save everybody. She got caught, her and Vrabel were out in the open as if it was the world's worst secret for over half a decade. Stop it. Take your capes off.
Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved.
But anyway, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Mike Vrabel will be fired? Do you guys think New England would take any action towards him? Dianna Russini already walked away from the Athletic and deleted her Twitter account, so she off in Horsville, who knows where. Do you guys think he should be fired? I'm one of those people, man, I would like to separate church from state. I like to think that whatever you do personally shouldn't affect your work, but in reality, we all know that's not the case. That's never how it's been, especially with the power of the internet. Even myself as a YouTuber, if I say something wild or controversial, not even on YouTube, if I say it on TikTok or something like that, YouTube can come and demonetize my channel. It's just, that's kind of what it is. And as far as my opinion, I think that we need to be consistent. Are we firing coaches for infidelity or are we not? Are we letting them keep their jobs? If we're letting them keep their jobs, cool, I don't really care. But if it's not consistent, if we picking and choosing when we firing coaches, a la Sharon Moore, Mel Tucker, Ime Udoka, and those are just some recent ones. I know there's other coaches who probably got fired before in the past. You guys let me know in the comments. Or I'm thinking about how they drugged Tiger Woods through the mud when he was being unfaithful to his wife. My only thing is be consistent. And we either firing people or canceling people for infidelity, or we just gonna let it ride, man. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Do better, Squadron. Fall out.
In the case of 4-year-old Mike Vrabel, you are the father!
I told you, Mike!